Can you hear that outside? That's my son-in-law with the snowplow. So I used to live in South Boston for 27 years. You may have heard that. And I shove. I love shoving. I'd shove out my car, my daughter's car, my neighbor's car next door to me, and also my neighbor across the street, those older folks that really need. So I would shove out 4 cars in a snowstorm, and in Southie, but it's a bad one. First of all, my car, I make sure I park it on the greenie in a place where I know I have a place to throw the snow. But I don't always get those spots, and my neighbors don't get those spots. So it may be that I have to take 1 shovel full of snow, and I have to walk 10 or 15 steps to get it to a spot like my side alley or whatever to put the snow, because there's nowhere to put it, and you cannot put it on the street. So it would be quite the chore, and I'd be doing a couple cars at a time, and then there's another neighbor. Sometimes I'd be doing 5 cars. I loved it, but not really. So I'm in Mansfield. We easily can fit. There's a 2-car garage, and then the driveway fits 6 cars. So things are different. And I have given up shoveling. I got a grandson. Sorry, I have a grandson too, but I meant to say a son-in-law, and he is doing the driveway right now. Okay. All right. So I was gonna do. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I'm gonna do. I have knee issues from many things. This is why I had the bilateral knee surgery. Now I've managed to have on 3 occasions, without getting into it, I've managed to have the tongues of boat trailers, land on my knees, or on my thigh, on my knee. Another time I'm cleaning the bottom of a what was this, a J24, I'm on the bottom, and I'm underneath working, sanding the bottom before we bottom paint it, and I fall backwards on the frame of the trailer, and oh my God, I thought I completely, my whole body went back, and my leg was caught between 2 pipes, and just thought for sure my knee was going to rip off. So I had a bit with that. Of course, I had my ski accidents with hurt knees, But anyway, the big one, another reason my knees hurt. It's Halloween. I don't think I have kids yet. It might be only 1980. Married in 83, maybe it's mid-80s, we'll call it, okay. And I'm visiting George and Mary in Southie, and I'm going to leave. And as I leave, notice my back car window is smashed out. And I can see the gang of kids right there. There's 20, 25 kids on the corner. Mostly, probably between 14 and 17, and mostly, not many girls, but a bunch of guys. And anyway, so I go back into George and Mary's and tell them the situation. They're pissed. They know these people. They know these parents. And George does not hesitate. And Mary eggs him on him and says, yeah, go. Let's deal with this. So George goes outside. He's going to talk to the kids and say, what's going on? Who did this? I know you. And we're basically going to get somebody there to pay for my window. Well, one of the kids comes up and just talking to George. Next thing you know, he just freaking sucker punches George right in the face. George had no idea what was coming, and George is only like he's 5. He's like 5'5", 5'6", like me, but I'm a much larger frame. Okay, but he's an older, responsible adult, and he's intimidating. Anyway, I don't know what happens to George after that, because it's on. Well, there's only George, me, and Dave. Now, we're 5.5 feet, and Dave is close. He's around 6 feet. He's also truly a black belt in karate. No, none of these kids, even the whole gang, they don't really want to deal with Dave. Okay, smart idea. And anybody even try to get close to him. And George is the authority figure. So who's left? There's only 3 of us. Okay, well, there's me. So they come after me. So holy crap, what did I do? And so they're coming after me. they broke my window, now they're going to beat the shit out of me. So they get me, I see them coming, and there's it doesn't matter whether there's 15 or 20 or 25, because there's only enough room around my body for eight people to attack me. So the first one comes at me, no shit, I throw this kid over, not the hood of the car, but not the roof, but the hood of the car. I throw this kid right over the hood of the car onto the freaking sidewalk. Talk about adrenaline. The next kid I take and I don't have the strength to throw it, but same car, and I take and I smash his head into the car door. Now, one of those two, I don't know what happened. One of those two, I find out later, went back to his house to get a shovel. Okay? That's what one of the kids did. Well, now I'm getting pulled. The gang, they're all around me, and they're pounding me, but I'm standing up, and I'm getting hit everywhere. But they're pulling me out into the sidewalk, and I said, oh my God, I'm going to end up in the alley, and I'm fucked. I'm dead. So I grab a guy, and I managed to get enough for him to throw him out into the street when there's a car coming by. And the guy, what are you, crazy? You throw me in front of a car. What are you, crazy? Kicking the shit out of an old man. Well, not that old, but anyway, so I pull the crowd, the kick in the street, and I pull the melee back out into the street so that at least cars can come by. Now, eventually, this is going on for a couple minutes, eventually one or two neighbors come out on the stoop, but nobody freaking helps, okay? Nobody helps. And so there I am. Well, now I'm on the next to a car in the street, and they're all kicking the shit out, and I mean kicking. So I'm trying to pull up my knees and try, so I'm not going to get whacked in the nuts, so save that area. And my hands up like that, I'm covering my head, but it's not doing it. I can't stop the kicks. They're going to smash my head and kill me. So what I got to do, I got to reach out, and I grab somebody's legs, and I grab them and I pull them down and onto me. And then I hold my head again, and I grab somebody else, and I pull them down onto their fucking ass. Okay, now I got two kids on the ground, all this shit is happening, and turns out that kid that went back and got the shovel, he came back to hit me with it. Well, unfortunately, Dave saw it happening, unfortunately, for the kid. And Dave goes, what do you think you're going to do with that? So the guy tries to hit David with the shovel. Boom, like that. He snatches that shovel out of this shovel? Is this the one you were going to hit me with? Get the hell out of here. So that's what I knew would happen with Dave. I have no idea what's going on with George. I just know I'm down on the ground, and now my knees are covered in blood. I have jeans on. The jeans are completely ripped apart, and my knees are trashed. And I'm getting kicked. But again, I grab legs, and I think I'm going to die here. They're going to kick the shit out of me. But anyway, and finally a few more cars come down and people come out, and it just kind of, and then the kids, you know what they do? Freaking like cockroaches with a light on. They freaking scatter. So I don't know how many names or looks did George had or anything about that, but I just, drove home with a broken window and had it fixed, and so that's my, this is on Halloween. Did I even mention that? This is on Halloween, okay? Hey, I'm all for having a beer on Halloween, but you guys and kids took it out of hand, and so that's my Halloween, melee story.